first ever production video. I'm gonna be going over Damn. Just showing how it was looking on Ableton. So let's get into it real quick. Probably just run through, play it, just so you guys can hear it, and then we'll take it from there. Just have it all grouped here. You can see the arrangement. Pretty simple. Intro, main intro, breakdown, build, drop here on 1 alpha, another breakdown, another build, 2 alpha, and then outro. This is for an extended version that a lot of people make for their songs, but I think that I have it starting for like a radio edit type, just right here, just so it shortens it up. It takes out a lot. This is more so just for DJs to mix or whatever, to mix in. So we'll get through it, I'll play it, we'll listen to it, and I'll go ahead and explain how it was looking.
My whip is super sport, it came from France. It cost a couple racks, I might just take it for a spin. Damn, I might just do the dash, I'm with my twin. Yeah, I drop the top and feel it on my skin. Yeah, my whip is super sport, it came from France. It cost a couple racks, I might just take it for a spin. Yeah, I might just do the dash, I'm with my twin. Yeah, I drop the top and feel it on my skin. Yeah, my whip is super sport, it came from France. It cost a couple racks, I might just take it for a spin. Damn, I might just do the dash, I'm with my twin. Yeah, I drop the top and feel it on my skin. Yeah, my whip is super sport, it came from France. It cost a couple racks, I might just take it for a spin. It cost a couple racks, 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 it cost a couple racks. Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, you guys get the gist of it. It's kind of lagging out there. I'm on a 2017 MacBook Air, so the buffer size is maxed out on this, the buffer rate in Ableton, and I think the CPU is just too old to keep up. Pretty soon, I'm gonna have to upgrade soon, otherwise I won't be able to produce, but we'll get through it. This was like the first song that I was kind of proud of because it just sounds professional to me, at least. And I've only been doing this for like a little over a year, and I have a lot to learn. So yeah, like compared to like funk like this, my buddy Nate was telling me that I definitely need to get my bass and kick down, which is true. But I think for this one, for the lows, at least, I just used a simple wavetable here, just wavetable using basic shapes, just oscillator 1. So that one is simple enough to where mixing that with kick won't really affect it too bad. And there's really not too much to it. Let's see what happened here. Frozen. Why am I frozen here? Quick time. Alright, see if I can get myself back on there. Did I pause it? What happened here? No, delete that. Let's see here. New recording. Okay, I'm back on there. Hopefully that just still recorded one full video. I mean, it looks like I'm still recording here. So, if not, I'll just do this whole thing again, I guess. But I'll put myself back over here. Okay, so starting with the arrangement, you guys saw I grouped everything here because it looks nice and cool. This is pretty much what the whole track looks like in Ableton. Kind of color coordinated, not the most organized, but organized enough for me to remember. So I'll open this group. I just grouped it all together. Let's see if we can drop down this, give you guys a little bit of room to work with here. But yeah, looking at the bass lows right here, just isolate that. You guys can hear it. Oh, where'd it go? Hold up. File, float on top, or view, float on top. Okay, that stays there. And then with that, there's just a funky bass line that I thought of, just mixing around, made it on the keyboard of my laptop. Just pressing random keys, kinda. If I open this, you got an F sharp here. G, E, A, B, C, D, E, F. Yeah, F sharp for sure. And yeah, I was kind of just pressing around, then moving stuff around a little bit, zoom in. Pretty funky. I liked it. And then with that, to amplify the bass a little bit more, give it a little bit of an accent. Got some mids here. Go ahead and play those two together. Mids by itself. It's kind of like a happy sounding, whatever you want to call it. I think you use wavetable for that one too. Yeah, just wavetable, basic shapes. First cut the highs, kind of mids with EQ8. Used the compressor for the kick, and then I cut it again, just to pretty much only get the mids. Take out the lows. Just adds a little bit more a flair to the bass when you hear them together. Especially if you're listening like on your phone or something, you can hear that in the background. Otherwise, it's pretty hard to hear just lows on a phone, which is not really the goal, but it just helps the bass pop out a little bit more. Cool. Yeah, and that's the bass line. Moving on to add more accents and just different stuff to make it not boring. Just went to Serum. Let's see what I got here for this one. Yeah, just Serum. It's just Serum 1. one over here. BS2 acid, and then basic shapes. Oscillator 1 and B, kind of simple. These are just like little high pitch intro. Basically just duplicated my bass line, and then I was just moving stuff around, just adding it as it goes and taking away as it is. If that makes any sense to you guys. But just kind of hyping it up for the drop. Yeah, I got EQ8, compressor, another EQ8. Probably had an LFO filter on that. Yeah, for these mids, frequency 191. For these lows, frequency 191. And then same for this guy. Oh yeah, auto filter. Not LFO. So yeah, just put auto filter on that to kind of give it that covered sound beginning before it just pops out for the drop.
Came from
Slowly creeped it up with some automation. Open up that filter. Plus on this, you can see that. And then, yeah, just kind of slowly crept it up there from 551 hertz to 2.25 kilohertz. Moving on to, I call it a squeaky lead. Just sounds kind of funky. This was just the part of the main build here. I think I just took away, sent the attack a little bit forward on it. Go into serum, just another serum. Envelope to my attack. Here's a little bit forward, so it's not quite punchy. So you can hear what that sounds like if I just makes it a little bit more plucky if I take that attack back. Back though. Cool. Yeah, just some more squeaky kind of lead to help the build up. Yeah, just auto filter. Kind of simple. This track is kind of simple, which is good because it didn't want it to be super complex. Also makes it easier to listen to and kind of makes it less messy. But yeah, just simple EQ8 on that. Just cut the lows on that. Just left all the mids and highs. And if you wanted to hear that all, the bass line, lows and mids. Moving on to, get this out of the way, the synth lead, just that main saw, just kind of in your face. I think it sounds dope. Keep goofing it on this. Delete that, I guess. First recording here, so bear with me. Let's go ahead and pop myself back in. Okay. Minimize my face. Put myself back in the corner. Okay. Yeah, this is just another serum sound with acid, basic shapes, MG 24. Just super strong, like horn type. I really like the sound of it. And I also added kind of like an enforcer here. I think I just went down one octave, and then those two together they just complement each other really well, I think, or I thought. So, then I go up like 1 or 2 octaves for the second part of the main drop. Like that. get this right. Get this right. Sorry guys, just put myself back on. Okay. There's so many times I'm gonna do that during this video. Yeah, it's called like a synth lead, whatever you want to call it. You float on top, cool. Alright, back. For the synth lead, EQ a coarse drum bus, where it makes that sound kind of pop. It's kind of just left that default. You can see what that sounds like with it. It's just a little bit weaker. The drum bus is really good, just making those sounds a lot stronger. And then EQ that. Next was overdrive. Overdrive's a really cool tool. Just makes it pop a little bit crunchier. That's what it sounds like without it. With it. Without it. With it. Basically just duplicated that and used this enforcer 1 octave lower. EQ'd that. I've noticed, mess around here on Ableton, that the sounds that you make just sound different if you EQ everything in the beginning and then you add these tools and then EQ it after each one, as opposed to EQing it after adding all the tools. It just sounds different. It's just kind of a step-by-step thing. It's just on top of each other, which, depending on what sound you're going for, I think can be good and bad. And then add a slight delay. Is this delay even doing anything? Might not even be doing anything, actually. Let's see. You can listen to it. Maybe it's not because my dry wet is 0 on everything, so yeah, sometimes the stuff's just there, I guess, but whatever. Yeah, so that's our synth. So our leads, I guess, if you will. What that sounds like. Pretty strong. Pops out pretty well, I thought. This is just blank. This shouldn't even be in there. Cool. And then we got our white noise here, which just adds a little bit more existence, I guess, to your song, if you will. But add that.
It costs a couple racks, I might just take it for it.
Makes the song sound a lot more present. White noise is good for a lot of different tracks, I think, but there's some tracks it's good, some tracks it's not. Just depends on what you're going for, I guess.
My whip is super sporty, came from France.
Yeah, this was just a preset from Ableton and used basic digipad. This was all stock. I left that alone. Just put a drum bus on it. Saturator to make it a little bit more bulky. Overdrive.
Yeah.
And compressor, of course, so it makes it wavy. And then EQ the shit out of it. You can just mess around with that if you wanted, but found a good balance on that. And then reverb. Hold up. Let's see here. I left the reverb off in the intro. Can sometimes complement a sound. This makes it a little bit more divine, I guess, with the reverb. Dry wet 55. Yeah, I like it. And that was just on, what did I do, 2. It's just on, yeah, F sharp, D, E, F sharp. A couple of octaves. Yeah, just complemented the song really well. Same thing here, just another white noise, but I used some automation to have it like kind of sway in and out.
Take top and fill it. I'm a
Kind of comes in.
super sport. It came from France. It cost a couple racks. I might just take it for a spin. Yeah, I might.
Yeah, just some automation with the reverb. Looks like. Let's see. Is that reverb? Oh, distortion. Yeah, a bunch of automation on this one. But yeah, there's the white noise. What we have here? Just another white noise, maybe. What did I put here? Yeah, so I just basically froze and flattened the track here. Just help the build up.
Yeah, my whip is super sporty. Came from France.
Basically, froze and flatten a snippet of that, cut it, chopped it up, and then reversed it to give you that, like, coming to you correctly, however you want to say that. I think this is just more accents. Just chopped from the bass line, used wavetable on these. Kind of like just bouncy sound, just down an octave. Kind of random, kind of not random.
Yeah, my whip is super sporty. Came from France. It cost a couple.
Yeah, just kind of throwing those things in there. Doing different things with them to make it more interesting. Just weird EQ shit. Like, I don't even know. But it sounded cool. So, just left it in there. We got echo, a little bit of de-esser to make it less harsh. Drum bus, auto filter, all that. And then finally EQ, just random delay in there. Don't know why it's in there. Yeah, it's kind of give you that, like, that funky feeling. It's just another reverse clip here. That was one of the sounds that we put in there. Just have the one of my wonky sounds come at you. Next drop. Drop bass, if you will.
It cost a couple racks. It cost a couple racks.
Cool. Some more accent sounds. Kind of froggy. I think most of these are just like those I named Froggy. I don't know. It just sounds like it's like a horn, but it sounds kind of froggy. I don't know. Not gonna really try. Yeah. It's really like that horn.
Yeah, my whip is super sport. Came from France. It cost a couple racks. I might just take it for a spin. Yeah, I might just do the dash and whip.
Cool. This was just more bass mids, it seems. It's part of the extended intro. Got here. Nothing on this one. Cool. Nice random shit. Okay. Up to the first drop. Let's help just add a little bit to it.
Damn, I might just do the dash. I'm with my twin. Yeah, I drop the top and feel it on my skin. Yeah, my whip is super sporty. Came from France. It cost a couple racks. I might just take it for a spin. Yeah, I might just do the dash. I'm with my twin. Yeah.
Yeah, just more derivatives from the bass line, and then just messing around. Nothing too complicated. For my kick, I just have placement. I have a kick and then a mute kick. Probably should have named this mute kick, but yeah, I just mute this one just so it side chains the sounds all throughout the track. I usually just route my compressor to that. So like I'll have constant wave on the white noise here when the kick is not off or not on. But yeah, just a simple kick. All I have is an EQ8 on that. Cut some of the lows, boost a little bit there, and then kind of just left the rest of it, and that worked for me. So, which won't work for a lot of kicks. Yeah, all this stuff is just from Splice, so you just have to like, damn dude, just did it. It's like the 5th time now. Go ahead and reopen that. What up, dude?
What's up, man?
Hey, just so you know, just recording a video right now. Just so you know.
Okay.
Cool.
Like shut up, Joe, or?
No, it's just like you can make no. I don't care, but I just want to let you know.
Okay. I'll do
If you didn't want to talk about anything super secret, you know.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, it's just going on YouTube. All 2 of the viewers that will see this. Yeah. Okay. Bring myself back up there. Flare down top. Cool. Yeah, simple kick. Side chain that guy.
Yeah, damn.
Cool. Simple enough. And moving on, here we got my clap. Pretty simple clap from Splice. Just a little audio file there. Clap, a little 808 clap. Nothing too complicated. Looks like I just got, oh yeah, auto pan. Give it a little bit of variety throughout the track. EQ8. And then at some point I guess I added delay. Did I though? Oh yeah, just throughout the end. The end, just to close out the track. You can hear it. Nothing too crazy. Cool. Another clap. Just an abstract, these 2 together. Those together. Without. Just that regular clap by itself. And just kind of a supporting clap. Just make it a little bit more interesting. A little bit thicker. Next group we got here, just a bunch of my hi-hats here. Pretty simple hi-hat with a delay on it. Auto pan. Another supporting hi-hat. Kind of just gives it a tickety rickety sounding hi-hat. It's kind of like the main hi-hat. And what that sounds like all together. Cool. Yeah, nothing much to the hi-hats, but yeah, just Splice samples. And yeah, just kind of added them all together, make a nice little rhythm there. Cool. Cool. Next we got just another hi-hat.
It costs a couple racks, I might just take it for a spin. Damn, I might just do the dash, I'm with my twin.
Yeah. Nothing too crazy. Changes throughout the build. I really like these actually.
Yeah.
Just like,
Yeah, my whip is super sporty, came from France. It costs a couple racks, I might just take it for a spin. Yeah, I might just do the dash, I'm with my...
yeah, pretty nice, I like it. For the main drop. I guess the build here. Is that a drop? Moving on, we got a little rider here. Not much of that, but gives you a good intro thing.
Yeah, my whip is super sporty, came from France. It costs a couple racks, I might just take it for a spin. Yeah, I might just do the dash, I'm with my twin. Yeah, I drop the top and feel it on my skin.
Cool. Moving on. Got some more hi-hats. Just to give it that little extra. Barely notice if you're not listening closely enough, but all of it together. Yeah, it helps. Just helps with lots of noises. Then it looks like I took a drum loop here. Just a simple drum loop, tech house drum loop from Splice Samples. Very low volume, just to help kind of support the initial drums they were put in there. Thought it was good for the second breakdown. Kind of just
my whip.
in the background here.
My whip is super sporty, came from France.
And if we took that out, it'd just be a little bit too quiet. So you kind of just like calm before the storm type feeling.
It costs a couple racks, I might just take it for a spin.
Second drop. So to go away here. Drop
It costs a couple racks. 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 It costs a couple racks.
Yeah, just a simple little. Surprisingly enough, it sounds like a lot of. I mean, obviously, a lot of producers just take drum loops and throw them in their tracks, just to help support themselves. And it's funny when you listen to a drum loop, and then it's either the same or something very similar to what another artist is using. So I thought it was pretty cool. Get out of here. This is another drum loop, but it doesn't even sound like it's doing anything. Maybe I goofed that one. Alright, whatever, we're gonna continue going off that. Just risers reversed and cymbals. Simple risers off of Splice that I just chopped or froze and flattened and reversed to just help move on to the next.
Yeah, I drop the top and feel it on my.
Pretty cool. Not bad. It fit the song, I thought. Crash here. Yeah, just a simple crash with EQ on it. It'll do another crash for the first drop was a little sped through. If that makes any sense. Maybe could have done without this little crash. Sounds like without it. Or first with it. Yeah, I kind of just passed right through it. Without it now. I like it with it more, but whatever. Vocals, main vocals.
Yeah, my whip is super sporty, came from France. It costs a couple racks.
Tells a little story about some dude's car from France.
Yeah.
Some more just chopped vocals here with the filter on it. some weird EQing I did, reverb, de-esser, auto filter.
Down.
Just like the way that sounded. Okay. The next vocal, just have them pop out a little bit for the intro, just building up to story time here.
Yeah, my whip is super sporty, came from France. It cost a couple racks, I might just take it for a spin. Damn, I might just do the dash, I'm with my twin. Yeah, I drop the top and feel it on my skin.
Down 2 semitones. So 12 semitones and an octave. So yeah, simple. Just take the sample, double click. Then I just pitched it down 2 semitones.
Yeah, my whip is
as opposed to.
Yeah, my whip is super sporty, came from France. It cost a couple racks, I might. Yeah, my whip is super.
And this was just a part of the extended version, so track starts on here that I released, so you don't even hear that, but I think I did it again.
Yeah, it cost a couple racks, I might just take it for a spin.
The spray delay on that just sounded really cool. Some reverse reverb out to just so you know it's coming.
It cost a couple racks, I might just take it for a spin.
Build up to the fake drop, the drop bass, and it costs a couple racks, like
couple racks. It costs a couple racks. It costs a couple racks. It costs a couple racks.
14 times. Cool. Got some more vocal chop here, or yeah, just reverse reverb to. Hey, and there it goes. Hey. It's a big delay there. Gotta zoom way in on this tiny little screen. Yeah. This delayed out A in the extended version, basically. Thought it sounded kind of cool. Hear that drum loop in the background. A couple of risers here. It's just a white noise riser.
Yeah.
For the drops. Help lift up the intro. Not much to these. This one I did some automation to make it sound like it's waving in and out, kind of like I did with the white noise.
Yeah.
Cool. These are just drum rolls, basically, or snare rolls that I had at the end because I sucked at them, so I just made everything before adding the snare rolls, because they're pretty difficult to make. Just this one's me, and this one's just a frozen track, so it's just adjusting a bunch of stuff. Just waited to the end for those ones. I feel like I'm skipping something. Just those main like horn sounds. Where did I put that? The group skipped over.
It costs a couple racks, I might just take it for a spin. costs a couple racks. It 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 costs a couple racks. Yeah.
And we're lagging out. But yeah, for the most part, that's about it. I think it made me about worked on this track for maybe like 2 to 3 weeks. But yeah, nothing too complicated. But yeah, I thought it all sounded pretty decent for the most part. Listening to it on my system, just using my headphones, listening in my car, on my phone. Pretty satisfied with it. But yeah, that was it. If you guys have any questions, let me know.
Yeah, my whip is super sporty, came from France. It costs a couple racks, I might just take it for a spin. Damn, I might just do the dance, I'm with my twin. Yeah, I drop the top and feel it on my skin. Skin, 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 skin. Super sporty, came from France. It costs a couple racks, I might just take it for a spin. Damn, I might just do the dash, I'm with my twin. Yeah, I drop the top and feel it on my skin. Yeah, my whip is super sporty, came from France. It costs a couple racks, I might just take it for a spin. Damn, I might just do the dash, I'm with my twin. Yeah, I drop the top and feel it on my skin.
Lagging out, so I'm gonna wrap this up here. And of course, one more time, just closing out my video here. Oh yeah, shout out West End for making a YouTube video on how he did his arrangement. That's kind of where I got this from, just a template. Really helped organize the track, so thank you for that. And yeah, we'll see you guys later.
Hey, 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 hey.